Welcome to Unit 4 of the course Using Open Educational Resources for Online Learning and Introduction. Many educators will agree that effective teaching cannot take place without proper teacher-learner feedback on the effectiveness of the teaching. In this unit, we look at assessment, which is an important component of learning. We shall look closely at ways in which you can manage assessment and feedback in your online teaching journey. In managing assessment, teachers need to be able to develop authentic assessment tasks, develop and use rubrics, develop online quizzes, and also manage e-portfolios. A resource has been provided at the end of this presentation that explores the role of assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. For learning, using assessment to find out what students must learn. As learning, using assessment as a learning experience itself. Of learning, using assessment to determine if learning was successful. We hope you find it helpful. The primary purpose of assessment is to help improve learning. In a meta-study conducted by Hattie in 2009, see slide 11, it emerged that there are two key factors with the greatest impact on learner success: learner motivation and constructive feedback on assessment. By the end of this unit, we hope you will be able to develop and share some examples of rubrics, quizzes, and portfolios that you have created. Activity 4A provides an opportunity for you to gain an understanding and experience the value of assessment feedback. A link has been provided to a learning site, Khan Academy, that offers personalized help and feedback to the learner. You are expected to reflect on the value of immediate feedback and compare your reflection with other teachers in the discussion that follows. In the discussion, you will note that the assessment feedback loop begins with clear goals and objectives. Feedback needs to be prompt, constructive, and meaningful. Additional guidelines should be provided to the students to help them see their learning in new ways and gain increased satisfaction from their results. Rubrics and quizzes are particularly important in this process. But what exactly are rubrics? What's their use in assessment? As you may already know from your lesson planning activity introduced in the earlier units, a rubric is a tool that explains the expected criteria for assessing a particular task, such as an essay or report. Ideally, rubrics should be shared in advance with the learner. Rubrics are used extensively in online and distance teaching to provide guidance for self and peer assessment. Activity 4B is a task designed for you to explore rubrics further and to design one for a learning activity that you need to assess. Now let's turn our attention to quizzes. Quizzes can be designed to assure immediate feedback from your learners. This makes it easy for you to identify the gaps in knowledge and areas that need to be improved. There are different types of quiz questions, including true-false, fill in the words, matching lists, multiple choice, and multi-choice. In order to gain further understanding of the value of assessment feedback, please follow the links to the quizzes provided in Activity 4C. You will then share your reflection with the other teachers in the appropriate discussion forum. In your discussion, you may realize that most teachers are already good at using quiz questions in the classroom. You will discover more tools for quiz creation, not only in an online learning environment, but also other free web-based quiz creators. Some of the advantages of online quizzes include the fact that a large number of learners can take the quiz at their own time, in their own location. It is also possible to randomize questions with just one click, thereby helping to reduce cheating. Quizzes can be set up to provide immediate feedback for correct and incorrect answers, and this is a good example of using assessment for learning. Finally, online quizzes also allow for learners to have several attempts at the quiz till they have mastered the content. This last activity, 4D, explores the use of the portfolio, or e-portfolio if available online. A portfolio is a collection of student work that provides evidence of learning. It can be completed and submitted as a short-term project or a comprehensive one that spans over a longer period. With online learning, student portfolios can be shared with the parents. This activity provides links to videos on student portfolios for classroom assessment. You will develop rubrics for assessing the portfolio and try it out with your learners for self-assessment. Having followed this course, we have highlighted that effective online learning requires teachers to be able to manage assessment in ways that support and promote learning. In designing such learning, decision-making about assessment should be guided by the content, learning support, and assessment options. The assessment feedback should be both quick and constructive. If you have found this introductory short course interesting, then follow the link provided to explore more. More reference material will be provided in the resources section of the course. Thank you and all the best.